Hey guys, how are you all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And first and foremost, the reason why I didn't have a video yesterday is because of today's video. I needed some time for it, and yes, if you read the title, we are reviewing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or Modern Warfare 2019. However, we are not reviewing the entire game. I'm going to be chunking them into different chunks, I guess, with the campaign, the multiplayer, and the Spec Ops. Today we're tackling Modern Warfare's multiplayer. So, quick disclaimer before we actually begin. I do want to tell you guys that if you probably know by now, but I am an offline-only gamer. I do not play a single lick of online. So if you want, how bad the campers are, or the, progression and all that stuff, I'm not here for that. I'm just going to be talking straight everything else multiplayer. So before you leave, go, oh, he's offline. Please pay attention to this video as well because, while I'm not playing online, the bots are very well made in this game. And at the same time, I'll get into that, but at the same time, everything else is really the same. So, first and foremost, I just want to say that this is my favorite Call of Duty game of all time for the multiplayer. I love every single one that I have. I have Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Ghosts, Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, I just said that. Oh, jeez, World War II. I think I got them all. I have a lot. Basically every single one that has offline bots. So Black Ops 1, all the way up until this one, excluding Modern Warfare 3. So, and all of that, and again, I love them all. I love the boost jumping, I love everything. But this is by far my favorite. Why? Well, they changed it up a lot. And I'm not getting tired of the COD formula. Trust me, run and gun is certainly amazing. Just like the LEGO games, just like every real video game thing. If you like one, they're all similar, but they all have little tweaks about them. And every COD does have little tweaks, but this one has the most tweaked out of all of them. So, first and foremost, the running animation, of course, it's the same. Double tap, of course I'm on PlayStation 4, so double tap the I don't even know what the hell you call it, L2, whatever. Tap that and he runs with his gun up in the air like this, so it's really cool. That, and it's not, for a non-COD player, it doesn't sound like anything, but to me, and to you guys, hopefully, that play Call of Duty, it makes a big, difference. Now, my favorite way to describe that is the movement. I love the freaking movement in this game. The way you're running like this, and then you're running like this, and then you're sliding, and then you're, the grenade animation. Normally it's like this. Or, But this one it's more like you take the pin out really violently. You're like, or like that, like that. So it's really cool. Trust me, it looks really stupid when I do it. But if you see gameplay, when you play it, whatever, online, offline, you will know that when you're running, and then you're sliding, and then you're behind cover, and you go, and you throw a grenade, it looks so cool. And even the flashbang or the smoke, when you go kind of like chuck it, Normally you go, but this one you kind of toss it up, kind of like a, I don't know, like a bat, I don't know, what the hell, a football? I don't know, no. I'm stupid, I know sports, you know what I'm saying. It looks really cool for sure. So the movement speed of running like this, pulling the pin, throwing the thing, and then of course there are also doors. Now you might think, doors? Well, it's stupid. Well, hear me out. I have not touched the campaign yet, so I might have to talk about doors in the campaign. But however, for multiplayer, you can hold square or hold X to close certain doors, right? Not every door in the game is open, but a lot of them in every single map are. So, closing and opening doors, aka, has a tactical advantage. So, like I was playing today, and hopefully I can try to get gameplay out. My normal recording thing won't work, so I have to figure something out. I really want to get gameplay up, so we'll see what happens. However, with, like I said, I was playing it today. And there's this guy, running at me, and I ran and I closed the door, and I reloaded. I got my bearings together, and he opened the door, and I boom got him with a shotgun. So it was really cool that you can use doors to your advantage. Close them, open them, whatever. But let's say I was also playing today, and I closed the door. I put my little box of ammunition down. I geared up, and then I ran. Now, instead of walking up and holding X to reopen the door like you would close it, if you actually run this way or this way, however run animation you want to do when you're getting to a door, if you're running toward a door and you tap X or tap square, the door goes flungs, kind of like you kick it down, it's right open. It's so amazing. Again, it just helps that flow of animation when you're running and you're pulling the pin out, you're throwing it out of the window, you bust open a door and you get up on a ledge before it blows up. It's just so much fun. The movement in this game is top-notch. And again, I love Infinite Warfare. I love the, I'm a person that loves the jump packs. They're freaking awesome. I love wall running and I love boosting. But this one, because it's Modern Warfare, they have to go, wait a minute, well, with Infinite Warfare, you're running all around the place. Boost jumping and all that. With Modern Warfare, keyword Modern Warfare, there are no boost jumps. There are none of that. So when you're just running, how do you make that cooler than 2007 COD 4 Modern Warfare or whatever? And I think they really did a great job with that. So the running and the animation and the graphics are freaking flawless. It is by far the best looking COD ever. The ones that I own, actually my worst looking Call of Duty is Ghosts. which doesn't make any sense. You'd think the Ghosts would look better than Black Ops 1 and 2, but whatever, F that. I still love Ghosts. I love Ghosts, but it just looks like shit. So this game looks fantastic all across the board. Trust me. And again, all I did so far was play multiplayer, and it looks amazing. So if you're a graphics person, and I'm on a PS4 vanilla, no Pro, none of that crap. So it's just a normal standard PS4, and it looks freaking flawless. In terms of the maps, I would have to say that this is not my favorite array of maps, but it certainly is really well done. I love how some maps are huge. It was funny because I was playing yesterday after my huge freaking download, like 1,000 gigabytes. I was playing it and I got on an ATV, and I'm like, whoa, this is effing cool. Normally you can only get in like vehicles in like COD or Black Ops 4, like Blackout. That is offline, but it's really terrible offline. So to be able to get on an ATV in normal TDM or DOM or free for all, it's so freaking cool to just get on an ATV, run a guy over, get off, snipe. It's so flawless and perfect. So you have these huge maps. You have medium, normal sized maps, which are great. They flow really nicely. And normally COD maps flow in like 3 lanes. If you guys know that by now, it's like boom, boom, boom. This kind of shakes it all up, which is really nice. So I really do appreciate that detail that Infinity Ward added to shake up the formula. Because again, I wasn't finding myself getting bored of past COD games, but that really did change. I think that's a really good plus. Then of course you also have these small maps, which this kind of lends itself to my first negative about multiplayer. Is that the main maps, it doesn't tell you how big each map is that I could see. COD 4, or Modern Warfare Remastered, which bundled with Infinite Warfare, or you can get it on its own now, but, it told you, okay, this is great for that, that's great for that, that's great for that. This one just doesn't give you crap. So I'm freaking like, oh, look at the bathroom map, or whatever the hell it was called, like, something showers. And I'm like, oh, cool, I wonder how big the showers are going to be. And, it's this effing tiny little bathroom from, like, a high school. And you're having, like, a freaking... I put all bots. I put 11 on regular. Just see what it was like. The full max for free-for-all. And, it was hell. It was just chaotic. I was getting shot. Like, I would spawn, and these bots were freaking spawn trapping me. So that's my only negative so far about multiplayer, so far in this review. That it doesn't tell you how big each map is. So I go into each map for the first time, like, oh, look at, I don't know. I don't even remember the names of them. But the forest one, or the bathroom one, or stock, I think one of them stock, and or docks too. Those are really tiny maps. So having 11 bots, again, it sucks for me personally because I load in, I wait a few seconds, and then I'm like, oh, F this, so I get out. So that's my only negative about the maps, they don't tell you anything. My other favorite part about the maps is the NVG, or Night Vision Goggle mode. That is so freaking cool. It really is, like, because when you in military, I don't know a whole lot about military, but when you aim, you go like this. And when you're held in these effing NVG goggles that are the size of Texas, you can't do that because you go, or you're punch yourself in the eye. You have to kind of go like this. You have to tilt your gun a little bit, like you see in action movies. They go like that. So in night vision mode, normally in a normal COD mode, if you fire your weapon, the enemy can see where you are on the map. In NVG mode, because you can't do that, you can fire the gun, but you can't do this. So when you aim and the laser sight goes, that's the enemy's. Oh, he went that way, or he went that way, or, I think that's really cool, and it adds a lot more tension. And I know I'm just playing bots, and trust me, the bots in this game are awesome. My least favorite is Black Ops 3. A lot of them just stand around like dip shizzles, and I just get like 15 free kills. Again, I'm not complaining, I'm glad it has offline bots like Black Ops 3, but again, Modern Warfare is, I wouldn't say my favorite for offline bots, but they are extremely responsive. Recruit, I normally play Recruit, I'm not terrible, I just like playing whatever. It's my thing. However, I found myself playing a lot more regular and hardened on Modern Warfare because the bots are really cool, and they're not like overpowering, because normally when you play an offline COD match and you put them on regular, they just blast you from effing everywhere. You have no chance. No chance. Unless you're like a sweaty player who plays online 24/7, you have no chance. That's why I play Recruit. This game on regular, though, is actually a challenge, but they don't drop shot you every 5 seconds. You actually have a chance of winning, and I die a lot. I have like maybe, if I play for 15-20 minutes, I'll have like, I don't know, 50, 40 kills and like 10, 11 deaths. So it's not too terrible, but it's more than what I would get on previous COD games. So I really do appreciate that, and it's really cool. But again, going back to NVG, it's a lot more stressful too. And that goes into the bots. The bots are really well programmed. So I was playing, today, big shocker, and I freaking turn the corner, and I get this guy, so I aim, but I forget that when you aim, you get, seen on the map. So this dude freaking sniped me from across the map because he saw me aiming. So it was really cool. And again, it adds a whole another layer to Call of Duty that we never really saw before. Because in COD 4, Modern Warfare Remastered, you had MVG, but it was just like a little filter, and it looked kind of crappy. I never used it. This one, you put the friggin' goggles on, and it's the whole screen, and it looks good. The COD 4, it don't look good. It looks like it gives you a headache when you look at it for more than 5 seconds. This one is really cool. It's a good color green. It's like looking at an Xbox One case green. I think it's really cool. So again, the maps are perfect, and the animation is perfect, and the graphics are perfect. So my only negative would be the kind of, doesn't tell you what map it is. But other than that, the creative class is friggin' huge. The gunsmith, normally every Call of Duty game you have a certain amount of freedom when you customize a gun or a pistol or a launcher, or melee, riot shield, whatever. Or I guess in Advanced Warfare, your perks for your boosts and whatever, your exos. But this game has so much. I mean, like when you go to your pistol, it doesn't give you like oh, here's a red dot sight and here's an extended mag. It's like here, pick 5. You can essentially in the gunsmith pick 5 things per gun: assault rifle, SMG, LMG, launcher, riot shield, knife. Oh geez, sniper rifle. That other sniper rifle thing, the marksman rifles. There's so many guns. There's like a lot of guns to choose from. But then you go, okay, I want the MP5, right? So you get the MP5, and you can go, okay, that looks cool. But then you look and you can choose 5 things. And then you're like, well, wait a minute, I can have that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And there's a lot of customization, kind of like a Lego game. You're always going back to it to see what's different and what kind of makes the gun right for you. And then, of course, at the same time, it tells you pros and cons. So you're like, okay, if I have this on my MP5, it'll tell me that, I can aim faster. But if I have it, this other thing, it'll make me aim slower, but I can run quicker with it, while aiming. It's a whole different thing, and it makes a lot of replayability, especially for me, going into, each creative class, because I can essentially go, oh, I had a gun yesterday in class number 5, and I loved it, but then I'm like, well, I want to try that one. And then I, keep switching them out. So the customization of this game is friggin' top-notch. It's well beyond anything that we've seen in COD history, and it's just another thing to make the multiplayer so much more fun. Now, to wrap this all up, again, I do play offline, so for people who only play online, you won't get what I'm saying. But as a Call of Duty player who played every single offline game with bots, I love them all. Trust me, they're all amazing, and I can never get bored of them. This one, however, is my favorite for all of those reasons. The animation, the graphics, the bot smarts, so many things. The maps, the NVG part, even little things like, like when you get shot and you're healing, in Black Ops 4 you have to inject yourself with, candy or whatever the F that is, and he's like, ugh, ugh, and then he's all good, you just, your bar. But in this one, you automatically heal like every other COD game, so, you get shot and you take a cover, and depending on who your operator is, that's right, I forgot to tell you, you can choose your own character. There's a few different factions, and I think each faction has 3 or 4 different people, girl and, male and female, and you can essentially choose, that character, and each one has a different voice and personality. So the one guy's like, you're fucking dead, so he kind of like makes fun of him. But then the other guy, he's like, oh man, he just says something. It's it's something small, but again, it's something cool. When you get shot, you take cover, and you're like, okay, let's do this. He kind of gets himself back into the fight. So it's really, really cool how they do that. And again, all of these changes to Modern Warfare are very, very small. The running animation, the pin pulling, the doors, the characters, the gunsmith, they're all not massive changes, but seeing Call of Duty, advance through the years, at least the ones that have offline bots, which is the vast majority of them, it's a treat, playing this, because again, it's my first COD game on PS4, so I was like, is it gonna suck, the controls. I actually really like playing on PS4, even though the Xbox One joystick is here, and the PS4 is down here. It really is a lot of fun, and I love it. Multiplayer is a blast, and again, I'm offline only. I don't have any campers or any of that bullshit, so if you just want... I have a friend who plays online, and he's always like, oh, I hate these campers. It's like, well, play offline. And he's like, no. I'm like, well, alright, whatever. It's your fault. Again, I know that offline gaming is not for everyone. I know people having actually, like, facing some random kid, some squeaker in Nigeria, or, some other squeaker in freaking Texas, whatever, or an adult, doesn't matter. You don't know. That's the beauty of it. You get some, human conflict in video games is kind of what drives it, I guess, It's like, oh, I'm facing some random guy in the world, but to me, I don't know, it's not fun, because you just die a lot, you have to get good to have fun at a game, where it's just, well, if you play offline, you don't have to get good, you just tailor-made the game for yourself and have a blast with it. That's why I love it. And again, Modern Warfare is by far my favorite Call of Duty game for multiplayer. All those things and more, again, it just makes it so much, and I only played it for around 2 days, but I wanted to give it a little bit of time so I can make this review, and trust me, it is amazing. I will be covering the campaign next, so in a few days I'll have the campaign. I'm going to be making, what I'm going to be doing is a first impressions video, so maybe the first 3 missions or so. I'm going to make a first impression, tell you what I think so far, and then I'm going to complete the campaign and then make a whole review on the overall campaign. And then my last part will be Spec Ops or Special Ops. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this multiplayer review. I know I don't play online, it's offline only, but as an offline gamer, it really is appreciative that they do so many things. You know, they have all the modes, essentially. They have all the maps, the MVG things, you know, all the different guns. It's all there. And it makes for a lot more fun to me, you know, that I can play my way and have everything everyone else has, essentially. So, with that being said, I'm going to give, out of 0 to 10, I'm going to probably give multiplayer in Call of Duty Modern Warfare a 9 out of 10. I really love it. It's great. It's addictive. It's fun as hell. Essentially, there are a few things, especially that map thing, and maybe a few of the bots could be a little better. Some of them shoot at walls, but it is what it is. I'll take what I can get, right? So anyway, guys, please tell me in the comments what you think about Modern Warfare's multiplayer. And first of all, are you online or are you offline? It doesn't really matter. It's just that you're facing a real person or you're facing an enemy. You know, a robot, doesn't really matter. Same thing, basically. But again, I love it. And again, please tell me what you think about it in the comments. Next video will be the campaign first impressions. That'll be in a few more days. I'm going to work on multiplayer. I'm going to try my best to get multiplayer gameplay out against bots. I can't use my stick that I use for my Xbox, which sucks. So I'm going to try to do something. I think I have it under control. I will update you guys with that. And hey, maybe even a few days or tomorrow or whatever, you'll see some Modern Warfare gameplay. We'll have to see. We'll have to find out. No promises, though, but keep your eyes and ears open just in case. Anyway, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Stay frosty, and we'll see you guys in the next video.